Yeah, here I am. It's Friday, October something, 26 maybe? Something like that. Getting up on Halloween. Scariest thing in here is a Porsche 923. And this week I've been working on, well, up on the top of the car there's the dashboard stuff. Now, did I get that all done last week? I think I did mostly last week. Then this week is upholstering the chairs for the most part. Now, I started on it last week, but they're complete now. That's passenger side, that's driver side, and I've sat in them both, and they're both pretty comfortable. So now I've got to I'll take them over and store them in the other shed for a while until I get it ready for it. Got all the parts I need again for doing some mechanical work next week, and I've done a whole bunch of research on this thing here. So next week coming up, I'm going to be on that, plus cleaning up the interior of the car and cleaning up all the wiring. So that'll be coming. So now, hope you really like it, and I hope you can subscribe and like it. And Buster and I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Yeah, there. Now, here I am, start a new week. Hey, start a new week as a seamstress, or steamster. Working on this thing here, the Porsche 924. Now, last week I got that, you can see that's the dashboard. I sort of got that fixed up kind of nicely, reasonably nice. And now I'm going to work on seats. Now I've got this seat here all pulled apart. I'll see if I can make a new base for it. There's the first part of it right here. And that should be, you can't see it here because I've got it covered up with everything else. That should be this part of it right here, hey? So, now, next is to make the outside of it. The hardest part is going to get this thing here back onto it, but we'll see see how that goes. First I'll cut a couple of pieces out and then see if I can make it sew together. Yeah, so here I've got these pieces. I marked them like back right. This one here is back left. Still a hog wing in there I gotta cut out. And here's all these other pieces here. These are like the side left and right. And so I cut them out of here. And then I've got these marks that I really don't know what they line up with, but they'll line up with something, I'm sure. Might line up with that, and it might line up with that. But I'll see how it all goes together here after. Sort of just cut and paste and see what happens here. I don't know. I'm not a professional seamster. Here's a little idea of what I'm doing. I don't know, like right or wrong, that's what I'm doing. So that edge there lines along there, and then I just mark it out. But it stretches quite a bit, like these things, they're all sort of bent, well, really bent. So the pieces that I'm cutting are likely a bit bigger than what is really needed, but it's a good start anyhow. It's easier to take away than it is to add on. So there, that's marked out. You can see this? Can you see that? Well, who knows? And then there's the piece, right? Is that? Kind of that one there, eh? So I put my arrow mark there, and this says back left, so I put back left. Then the next one is this one, back right, which is slightly different than that one, so what the hell. I'll go ahead and, you want to watch? Well, you might as well watch, you're there already. Yeah, so here's all the pieces I've cut so far. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Now the other one is this big piece, and it goes like it's a long piece, this one here, that goes around the front, sort of ties everything together. Front, and then this goes down to the bottom down here. So that's a good thing to be saying when you're got a sewing machine going. I'll see if it fits across that, but I don't think it does. I think I need to cut it along the length of that, so we'll see. Yeah, there now I've taken apart seat number, driver's seat, hey? And not exactly the same as the passenger seat, but close. Some of those holders are different, like these things here, the way they hold the fabric in, or this. But I think I'll go for the hog ring method. We'll just see how it goes, see what happens. But it gives me an idea about what goes where, right? So this, like this isn't the same as the other side, but close enough. And there's a good amount of mold in there. And then there's this goes here. So this part here lines up on the edge of that there. I wonder what, don't remember making this piece yet. Maybe I didn't see it. Maybe it's all part of this, is it? No. Missing a piece. Oh well, I'll find it and we'll make it. Oh, I'll find it and figure it out anyhow. Okay. But anyway, that'll make, I've got an idea how it goes together now, and I'll show you as I get it going. This sewing machine seems to work pretty good. Goes through the fabric without any trouble. White stitching now. I had light brown stitching there, but it'll be white stitching the rest of it just because. And then later on I can go ahead and dye the stitching if I want to, and so you'd never ever see it. But that's all right. So anyhow, this sort of shows you how to get it together, and I'll get this back together and see if I can get it to fit on the cushion. And if it does, then I'll go to the next step, doing the back of the seat, which is interesting. Yeah, that's starting to look a bit like a seat. So this part here attaches to the big part that goes way around everything. And I cut that in half and put a seam in the front here just because. And now it'll all sort of stretch and come together with the way that this part here should be fairly close to right, and the rest will likely stretch and come together around the cushion, because the cushion does some stretching, right? We'll wait, see, we'll see. Interesting. Anyway, that part there, that's done for now. And I wonder what I did. What did I do with that part that I thought was missing somewhere? Right there. Got to do that part. Okay, I haven't done that part, and I got to find it. Yeah, here's the missing piece. It goes somewhere back here. Yeah, like that, not like that back here. Anyway, I'll make that tomorrow and then sew that on, and then that'll be the center bit done, and then it's a matter of just, maybe I'll leave that for a while. I'll think about it. Anyway, enough for today. So it might work, and if it does work, that'll be really, really good. If it doesn't work, well, I'll figure something out. See you now. Yeah, hello. Back at the sewing circle, right? In the shop with the Porsche 924 and the Genome heavy duty HD 3000 BE sewing machine, which actually goes through this stuff fairly easily, or so far. Anyhow, mistakes I've made. Oh, I make lots of mistakes, but I think I'm getting them figured out. So this part here, this bit here, will connect to the part that goes around the bottom. I can't tell it anywhere. But this bit here, it has to have a little bit of a loopy thing in it so that you can put one of those wires through it, and then the hog rings hook onto that, or hog sticks, or whatever you call those things. Same with this. It's got to just have a little, like a seam like that, so that then you can put the hog rings, the wire, there's a wire over here. Wait till I find it, I'll show it to you. Too many stuff. So this wire here goes in here, and then that's what the hog ring hooks onto. So hold it down so that it gets the right crease into the base, like down in here, and that holds that all together. Anyway, and there's one, this is one for the back here. So that, I'll work on that, and then see about getting everything put together. Okay. Yeah, so there's that. So far, so good. All these pieces seem to come together all right, so I'll just put them all down here, like that. I might use them again for the next pattern, just because to make them the same. And I think that seat's pretty near the same. Maybe I'll take this apart and then I'll check out the pattern, see how it comes together. Who knows? Anyway, that's all coming along pretty good though. This thing here came out nice. Who knows what it's supposed to look like, but I think that's what it's supposed to be. There's one of those wires go through here, like a piece of steel wire, and then the hog ring, then it gets hooked onto the back of the chair. Not quite sure how. We'll figure it out. Yeah, there now. Once it gets stretched into place and all the stuff pulled down into place, it might fit all right. I might just put a bit more cushioning in here, bolster this up a little bit, because it's, I think, worn down quite a bit, and then see how if I can get it on there all right. Anyhow, that's holy boy. Looks all right. One side done for passenger side, right? Kind of looks like that one. Might fit okay. So if I make the next one just exactly like this, I'll check that other cushion, see if it fits on that other cushion, which it should because it's the same. Then I'll just make another one like this. Okay, that's what I'll do. Yeah, that seems to fit okay. And that seam I made in the front here, you can't even see that, or it's there, but you don't notice it. So that's good. That machine there seems to be able to go through all that material without any too much trouble. So now I've got to make another one of these things. I wonder if I have the right doings for that. We'll see. Yeah, there's this, I've got this piece of 1/4-inch foam, neoprene I guess it is, who knows. But I'm using it for underneath the seat in this one. See how that works out. And then just sewing it together, like it seems to be not as puffy as the other stuff, but it'll be all right, I think. Yeah, about the same. About the same puffiness, I guess. So I didn't want to take this one apart because it's sort of my guide of how to put these things together. So, anyway, that's, do you want to watch a bit? I'll set it up, you can watch a bit. Hang on. There we go, set to watch a bit. Anyhow, I'll do a couple of these seams. So I've marked it with a black mark here and a black mark here. That's my aiming marks. And so far I'm not too bad at keeping it straight. This thing here, you gotta sort of twist it around to get it in there. The foot thing's got a, this foot thing here, pressure foot, has got a, like a thing to keep it sort of straight. Yeah, there, that's enough of that, eh? So that's, all those seams are in there. This is the front. It's got a bit wider spot. And then I've got to put one more across here and one more across there. And then that part is done. That looks not bad. We'll see. See how it works out. Okay, I'll carry on. Yeah, so I forgot to sew this piece in, which is the, for holding it against the for the hog wires to go through there, hog holders, hog plugs, whatever they are. Anyhow, and then I trimmed off the edges so that it's fairly even all the way around, and maybe it'll fit right. I'll just check it against the original here. Just give me a second. Yeah, so it's pretty close to the original. It's a little bit narrower than the original, but I don't think that, based on my experience from the first one there, I don't think it really matters. It just, I'll get it stuck together and see what happens. Yeah, so I take the pieces and just put them on here, sketch them out, and then cut them out. And then I put the same markings, these markings that I have on here, I put them on here. And I'll cut them up and so eventually it'll look like that, maybe. Yeah, there, that's all for today. Maybe you get back to sewing tomorrow or the next time out. Never know what'll happen tomorrow. Raining out today, so it's gonna be rainy tomorrow, maybe. I don't know for sure. We'll just see. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Yeah, okay, here I am back at the Holland Cove sewing circle, right? So all these pieces here have to get sewn into the seat with this. So I'll get at that. Yeah, so this is the, like, I put along these things here so that little metal thing can go in there and catch the hog wires, hog stems. I don't know what they're called, something or other. Wait a minute, I got the thing over here. I'll show you. I even got a thing for it. Got a, down to my last 10,000 hog rings. So here's your hog ring thing here. And it seems to, like, it's automatic loading and it seems to work all right. You just squeeze on that and then out comes the ring with a hogged up. So that should work, I hope. We'll see. Anyhow, later. First off, this thing here, it's So when I want to fold them over like that, I just put a staple in. I don't know whether, like, I don't imagine that's, well, people use little pins all the time, eh? So seamstresses use little pins. So I just put a staple in, and then I pull them out later with my little screwdriver that I seem to have lost right now. But it'll show up. So I'll just show you this seam and then see how you like that. Wait a minute till we get you on here. Yeah, it looks like you're on. So, and this seam here, I want to get the, I want to get the nice stitch at the top. Like there's the under stitch there, and the nice stitch is on the top. But the machine handles this material quite nicely, so I'm happy with that. And I want quite a bit of room. Like there's got to be quite a bit of room here for. Well, that's just the way it is on the other seats, so I'll just make it the same as it is on the other on the original. Now you got to hang on to that thread so it doesn't pull through on you. Yeah, sometimes the sewing club takes a while because I do things wrong. So this piece here should be on, going the other way. Like, somehow I got that in the wrong spot. How did I get it in the right spot on the other guys? I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, this goes on the outside, right? That goes on the inside, so this has got to be inverted. Yeah, so this piece here has to go here. That point right there, this piece has to go here. Now how do I do that? How do I get that upside down? I do it regular. Yeah, so I'm getting pretty good at taking stuff apart too. You just work along with the little tool, sewing tools, great things. Anyway, I'll get it apart and then I'll get it back on. See you then. Yeah, there, that's on there now. In the right order, that piece underneath. So that should be okay. Now I'll get this side on, I hope. Yeah, that's mostly built. I guess I still have to fold in this bottom bit here. So I'll get that done. This is all put together, both sides. So anyhow, I got to do a fold on the bottom and then see about getting it fitted to the frame with the cushions. That'll be something. Yeah, there, that's all done with the finished doing the seam down there. Should have done that before I put this on because it's easier to sew in a straight line, but oh well, sometimes I'm, as I say, I'm not an expert at this stuff. So what I'll do now is I think I'll try and get it on that cushion over there, and then I'll bolster up the cushion a bit to make it a little bit more cushiony. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's in pretty good shape all around. All these bits here are good. A little bit of, slight surface rust on it there, but I don't think I have to do anything to it. I'll just put it back together and see how it looks with the new leather on it, or new vinyl on it. Yeah, I guess if you can't fix it with tie wraps, it can't be fixed. So I'm going to try this out. I'm going to put the fabric through with the hog rings and all that kind of stuff, and then wrap it with the tie wrap and see if I can get that, get it to come together. Give it a try, see what happens. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but they're up through, so I'll see if I can get them to go through the hog rings, then back down to the bottom. Then I'll just start pulling them tight, see how that works out. Yeah, there, now I've got those three there down. Now what I do is I take this end of it, of the, I'll see if I can twist this around. Hang on. Excuse the camera work for a second here till I get this sorted. there somewhere, right? So now I take pliers and grab on the end of that thing there, the tie wrap. Then I go down right beside the hole and push it through. Hopefully I got that. See if it comes out the other side, maybe. No, I must have missed. Oh, there it is, hidden underneath there. Sometimes you just catch it. But then, there it is, right there. So you get it out there, and then twist it the right way so it's going to grab. And just get it a couple of clicks on so it doesn't come loose again. Because then after I get them all hooked down, then I'll start pulling on them, and that'll pull that. That'll pull this bit down, eh? Can you see that? You can't really see that, but it'll pull down this sleeve. Where am I? Right here. See this sleeve right here? There's a sleeve right between my fingers there. That'll just pull that straight down when I start tightening on those things, and that will make it so that this sits down into the whatever you call that, foam, right? And then I've got that extra inch, or whatever it is, yeah, 1 inch foam on the bottom there, just to give it a bit more cushioning. Not a bad fit for an absolute beginner. So these things here through the hog wires, hog things, I'd be better off just to go straight through the leather bit around that wire, and that would make it, or the vinyl bit around the wire, and that would make it a better fit. So that's what I'll do with the next thing, because two of these things broke. One right here at the back, and one on this centerpiece, I think, broke. Yeah, right here. So two of them broke, and so they're not, pulling up. But that's okay. I think there's enough in there to hold it. And then it seems to fit, surprisingly enough. Now this part here has to go on here and get tie wrapped to these, right? So that's what's coming up next. Yeah, that's the bottom looking all right, and it seemed to fit fairly close. Let's have a look at the top and see what the top looks like. That'll be the challenge, eh? Oh. Top fits all right. Top fits okay. That's the driver's seat, so we'll just see how it fits when it's on the car. Like this little bit of a fold there. And these things here, I've got them all double stitched, so if that lets go a little bit, then that's all right, because it's all double stitched everywhere you look. This is the one with the neoprene in it. Now I'll have to put it somewhere where I can sit on it and see how it feels. Hang on. See if it rips. Oh, here we go. Oh, feels like a chair. So I guess it's all right. What the hell, eh? Okay, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll put together that other chair and start working on the chair backs. Well, who knew that I could do that stuff? I certainly didn't. So anybody who wants any advice on how to do this stuff, I'm a rank amateur, so don't take it from me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, good morning, and hey, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you like these things. That keeps me going. Anyway, here I am, Porsche 924, 1979, and I'm back on doing the seats. So I've got this seat done. Looks all right. Feels pretty stiff. So I imagine it'll hold together, I think. And now I'm going to do the other one. I won't show you too much of that. I'll just show you when I get it done. This one here goes on that and onto the seat carriage underneath all that stuff. That'll be the passenger side. So this one's the driver's side, hence the adjustments on that side of it. And that one's the passenger side, and the adjustment will be on the other side of it. Okay, all right, I'll get it done and then I'll show you the results. Yeah, so the one thing I've done on this side is I've not bothered putting the hog rings, yeah, whatever they are, on it. And I just ran this, like it's got this little metal pin that goes through. It looks like these ones here. And that little metal pin is the tie wrap comes up over the pin and then back down to the bottom again. So now I'll just run those through and tie them off. Then I'll get the side ones done and run them through and tie them off. Yeah, well, here I am. Now that's that one done. A little bit of a fold here. This side here, which is the side you won't ever see, turned out perfectly, of course. The side that's towards the door got that little fold in it. Well, I'll live with that. This thing here is supposed to have a piece of plastic underneath there that sort of holds this onto here, but that's not going to happen in this case. I'll think about it, what I can do about that. Might be, don't know yet. I'll think about it. Anyway, that's that done. Now I guess I got to tackle the seat backs. So this side here I'll do first, and I'll save that side for a pattern. We'll see. Well, no, maybe I better take that one apart because it'll make a better pattern, because all the pieces are there, hey, all the way. Yeah, that'll make a good pattern. Then this one here I'll use for figure out how to get it back together. Okay, I'll see if I can get it apart first. Yeah, so the back of it's in excellent shape, and the sides are in excellent shape. Maybe I should just replace the front bits, hey? We'll just see about that. Because why would I want to invent the wheel? Same with this one. The back's in perfect shape, and it's right. So maybe I'll just redo that area there. I'll redo the area that needs redoing. How's that? Those ones there had to do the whole thing to make it fit, but this, well, they still don't fit perfectly, but it'll look okay. Anyway, we'll just work at it here and see what I come up with. Yeah, so it does come off. And then there's one of these the wires that go up around through here, and they're held on the back with hog rings again. This is where the little hole was in it. Now, I don't know. This is pretty heavy duty vinyl, this stuff. It's more heavy duty than what I'm using. So perhaps what I'll do is this panel here has got a hole in it, and that panel there's got some wear on it. So if I replace that panel and leave the rest alone, it might look all right. It might be, and that way it'd make it so it would fit again, I think. Because this is if I redo it, I think I'd have a hell of a time, or have a little bit of difficulty refitting it. But if I just take that panel and that panel out and then put new panels in there, then I might be able to refit it all right. So, because that would be, and then I'll put the little thing in for the, like it had fabric in here for a holder, but I'll just use some vinyl for a holder on it, and then be able to pull that in to where it has to be. Okay, well, I'll just talk to myself for a while here and then see what we can do. Yeah, now that's that panel out. So that I'm going to put a new panel in for that. Same on this thing. Then I'm going to take this plastic thing off of here all the way around. It goes around all the way, so it'll have to take this seam apart up here and then put it back together again. But I can do that and it'll look okay, and then get rid of that plastic thing, because I'm not a big fan of those plastic things anyhow. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty well the whole day, just getting this stuff taken apart. I'm gonna keep this bit because it's good, nothing wrong. It's heavy duty stuff, and Same with this. This bit here is good. Nothing wrong with it. Not as heavy duty as the back stuff. And this stuff here, this is going to be replaced. And this is going to be replaced. So I'll make those two bits and then put them back in, hopefully in the same place, and see how that works out. Anyway, not much movieing today because mostly, well, I guess I finished up that one there, and that's about all. Got that done, and then got this thing torn apart. I haven't taken this one apart yet, but that will come apart the same way, and hopefully I'll be able to get by with the same repairs, because I think that everything else looks pretty good on this one. Yeah, it's all okay. And I'm taking off this plastic thing around here and just making it so that it's without the plastic thing, same as I took it off around here too. For right or for wrong, that's what I did. Anyway, there you go. Not bad. Well, it's not. I'm not a great seamstress, but it's not too bad a job either. It'll look all right when it's in the car, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, there we go. That's all for today. Come on back for more sewing tomorrow. Okay, see you later. Oh yeah, there you are. Well, welcome back to the sewing club. Hey, here we are, back on this thing here. Now, you know how when sometimes what you want to do isn't your most favorite thing to do in the world, so you get everything else done while you're procrastinating about it. So I had that sculpture sitting over there, and I wanted to get it onto a pallet, because that's it's going back out to the Ellis farm, and so it needed to be on a pallet. So I got that loaded up, and I moved it, put these pallet pins on here. They work all right. They're not, they have their limitations, and loaded it up on here, onto that pallet. So that's good, and I got that golf cart put away for where it's going to sit for the winter. Unhook the batteries, and then Willie can come. We can get this anytime we want. And so now I'll go and do my sewing. One of these days I'm just going to weld a bar from about here to there to keep them sort of straight, because they wander a little bit. But if you put a bar on them, I'm pretty sure they'd stay the same distance. And I was trying to figure out what the right distance is. It's got to be just about what the tip distance is there now to fit into a normal pallet, right? Anyhow, there we go. So Buster won't get tangled up in it anymore, and that's a good thing. But he wants to have this bit of garbage right here, which likely isn't good for you, but you can chew on that for a while. Right behind you, doggy, right behind you. Still hasn't found it. Here. There it is. Yeah, got it. Anyway, I'll get to sewing here. Whoops. I've traced the pattern on, right? From those, left and right. And now I'm just going to cut this out of here, and then I'll cut those patterns, and I'll trace these patterns again to make for the other side so that they're exactly the same. Yep, they'll be the same. Yeah, now I've traced the second set out on here based on the first set. Now I've figured out that this one here, the left one, was a little bit better cut than that one. So I used this, and then I turned it upside down and used it for the other side. So this is sort of this one here is a standard that the rest are based on. But I'm not going to cut them out yet. I'm going to leave them there until it's time to, until I pull all that apart. And then when I pull all that apart, I'll sort of think about cutting them out. See if it's, number one, see if they fit on here. I'll put the other one together, see if it fits, and then go from there. Okay. Yeah, no, there's like all of the marks that I took off the other side. See, very blank along there because I forgot about it until I got to this bit here and decided, well, I've got to mark that. Anyhow, it's marked now. Well, that part there I'll have to guess. Nothing new there, eh? Yeah, so I've got these pieces sewed in, and now I've got this piece here stapled on both sides so that it'll be a complete thing when I put it back together again. See how it works out. That'll be coming up here. Yeah, there, that's sewed up again. Isn't that something? And it might just fit. You never know. Looks good without a cushion in it. But then getting those wires in there and getting them to hook into the right spot, that's going to be a challenge. I'll just see what we can do about that. Anyway, that's what's coming up next, is trying to fit this thing. And I may just fold these edges over and sew them so they look a little bit better. Yeah, I better do that. Anyway, but I'll turn it inside out again for that. Just thought I'd turn it outside right and just see what it looked like. Sort of not too bad. Okay, that's all. I'll catch up with you soon. Yeah, so there again, it's got these wires that go up against, on the inside there's a sleeve in there that I built into it that these go into, and then I can hook them. I hope we'll figure it out. Hook them with a whatever you call that, a tie wrap, and then tie it back to the back of the thing here. So anyhow, but first now you have to have it the right way out before you can put them in, because otherwise it won't turn inside out for you. So now I'll just put those wires in, and then I'll see if I can get it to fit on there. Maybe I'll just set you up and see what happens here. Might be some entertainment here. Might be maybe a little bit of cursing even, right? We'll just see. I don't think there'll be any cursing because I really don't curse very often. How about there? Yeah, around there. So now these things here, these wires, they just, like, I've got the little sleeves made right here. Those wires just slide in there. Like that. And they follow the curve of the seat, eh? Okay, now they're in. So now next is anyway. I'll get that figured out. It looks like it's going to fit all right. I think it has to be twisted this way a little bit. But that's all right. So it'll likely be off and on a couple of times before I get it all figured out. So I'll just leave it. I'll show you how I do as I get it done. Yeah, so I've got the seat cover on fairly good now. Fairly well. Fairly good, fairly well. Anyway, fairly well. I don't know if you can see anything in here, but wait a minute, I'll get the camera turned around here. Point the right way, maybe a bit of light, maybe. Can't see anything. See those tie wraps there? They go through the foam and into that little wire that I mentioned earlier. Let's see if I can get a better look at that. Yeah, you see the tie wraps up in there? Anyhow, they go through the foam, and then you wrap around one of these wires at the back here, and then that pulls tight, and it should pull the seat in to the contour. Well, we'll see. Anyhow, I've got this side done. I've got the top done. Now I just have to do this side here, and then I'll start pulling on them and see what happens. See if it fixes it. See if it comes together. Ah, look at that. not a concourse finish, but it'll actually be okay for me because there's no holes in it anymore, and it looks all right. Anyhow, that's that side done, so I just have to do that side. I have to do a bit of foam repair on that one, but you know, that's not too serious. I can do that. I've got lots of foam up on top of the car there. So that's, you know, seats 101. Now I have to get in there and behind and clip out all those, the ends of all the tie wraps, but they all pulled in okay, and that worked. How do you like that? So that's, the tie wraps pull this in over the baluster, whatever it is. Anyway, but that's all for today. I'll call that a success for today. Haven't done the back here yet, but we'll get to it. See all the tie wraps. I have to cut them out of there, so I'll just get in there and clip them. Anyhow, that's pretty good. And then this ties down to there, and then this somehow ties down to there. I'm not really sure how that works. This goes in first, right? Like that. Oh yeah, this goes into those things, and this ties into it. Okay, I can make that happen. Yeah, there we go. All done. That all hooked on there pretty easy. It went into the same holes that was in before. So that's good. Now I'll put the hardware on tomorrow and put it all back together, see how it feels. And then I think this is the passenger. Yeah, it's passenger side. Then I'll do the driver's side. Oh, that's all right. Good. Okay, that's all for today. Bye for now. Yeah, welcome back. It's another day at the sewing club on the 924 Porsche 1979. Anyhow, and now I'm going to take apart this one here, which is a little bit more damaged than the other side was, and see if I can get it fixed up and in the same shape as the other side, because the other side turned out not bad for a beginner. So first off is take off these things here and then start pulling it apart. I'll just set you up here and just see what happens. See if you want to follow along and see what goes on. Needle nose pliers for these guys, just to bend them back a bit. There's a little metal rod in here that captures everything. Later on I'll get these with the linesman pliers. This might be the first time this one's been redone. Excuse me. Excuse me. There. Oh yeah. And then there's a hog rings in here that hold things together. There. There. A couple other spots inside. We'll just find them as we go. Yeah, so there's 10 minutes of your time that you didn't need to spend, right? Anyhow, now, see, this one's ripped here, and it's ripped here. So I'll see about how I can get these back together. But first I have to take them apart all the way around. Okay, now this part here, I think we're okay. This seems to be, I'll fix up that with a little bit of, then I got to get this hog ring out of there, and the hog rings out of this side here. There's a couple extra hog rings around somewhere. Those hog rings are pretty hard, and I'll just build this up so that it looks like this. And this side here is okay, there's nothing wrong with it. And there's not, this is not too tough to fix. I can just put some foam on there and then get it down to the right size. Okay. Yeah, so I went through and I marked it on where I'm taking apart the seams so that it goes back together in sort of the same spots. Now it's going to be hard to tell down in this bit here, but I think I'll get it pretty close. And then over here, I figured out that's the left side and this is the right side based on what way the other back, seat back. So this is like the mirror image or reversed or something, but anyhow, doesn't matter. That's what I'll call left and right. And then I haven't cut the final bit out of here yet because it's not, I want to check and make sure that this thing here fits fairly close to my pattern there. So I'll just check that when I get this thing here split out of it. Yeah, so taking apart seams. Got your little seam splitting thing and you just go along and cut thread. It's incredibly strong, this thread. I like it's likely stronger thread than what I'm using to put it back together again, but the stuff I'm using to put it back together is pretty strong. Anyway, I'll show you when I get it done. Yeah, so there's the two, I guess you'd call them the baluster pieces, I don't know, something like that. And this bit of fabric here used to hold the that wire, these wires. Like there's one wire and there's another wire and there's wire number 3 that held them so that you could pull the, make the puffiness on the front of it, sort of thing. Anyway, I'll get that roll of stuff over here and see if I can cut out the new bits. Yeah, so the shape I've got cut out here is pretty close as far as I can tell. I'll put these marks on it and then cut it out. Yeah, here's this one marked up as well as I can get it because there was a big hole in the middle, like big hole in the middle of that one, and I kind of taped it together here, so be approximately good, but we'll see. Anyway, that's cut this one out, and that'll be, then I'll get the sewing machine going again, hey? Okay, here I am. The this is the back inside out. That's the front inside out. So now I'll get it all joined back together again as best as possible and see how it fits. This one, you know, so far it's fitting better than the other one that I did. Maybe I should have marked a couple more, but and it's all right. The the foam down there, like I took a good look at it, it's only missing a tiny bit of it, so I'm just gonna let it be, and it'll be covered up with the new vinyl, and that should be as good as that side is anyhow. We'll just see how it looks when I get it done. If I don't like it, I'll take it apart and do some more work on it. Yeah, there now, that's all sewed up, sewed it up, there, that the new panels there, and the new panels there, and then I removed all that, this kind of stuff, whatever that stuff is. I removed that. So now I'll just turn it inside right and see what it looks like. Yeah, there now. That looks all right, and so does this. I'll fit it on and see how it fits. First, I'll hit it with a bit of cleaner here before I put it on a couple of stains on it. Not stains, just wear marks. Anyway, see how it comes. Yeah, there it is, pulled on there, and now I've got to do the tie it down business. So do you remember way back in the 1970s or 80s when you used to have to lie down on the bed and then pull your jeans up and get them tightened up so they'd be nice and tight? Well, that's what it is like getting this thing on here. Anyway, there you go. It's on, and it'll look all right when I'm done. Yeah, there we go. That looks not too bad. Pulled in. There's a lumpy thing there. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to see if I can get my hand in there and find out what that is. Anyhow, looks pretty good. I'll finish up doing it tomorrow and put the seats back together tomorrow. And that should do it for this video. Hey, we'll just see what they look like and see what they feel like if I sit in one. Hey, okay. See you tomorrow. Yeah, well, here I am. Well, look at that. You're not supposed to jump up there. You're not a mechanic. You don't know how to do anything in there. Anyway, back on the Porsche 924, 1979. Suppose I shouldn't allow him to do that because when it's painted, he's going to jump up there and scratch it on me. Oh dear. Get down, dog. Get down. There you go. Stay down. Well, we'll see. Now, chairs are mostly done. I just have to put this end of it together down here, and then I'll start reassembling them the way they're supposed to look. This one here looks not bad. I think I'll be all right with that one. And this is where the foam was a little bit yucky, so that's just the way it is. And now I'll see if I can find an old picture and show you what the old picture looked like, and then find a new picture and see what that looks like. See if there's a big difference. Yeah, first thing back on is the seat rails. So they go on. This thing here, I never did figure out anything for that. See how it gets covered up. Anyhow, we'll carry on. Oh, there we go. There it is. A seat again. Isn't that something? Looks not bad. The this thing here works, right? Besides knocking my lamp over. This thing here works. So that's all right. That I didn't get covered. I'm going to think about that. I might just build a little piece of fabric to go over that and glue it on there. See how that looks. Okay, that's all for this side for now, and then we'll get that side done. Yeah, how did I make out, I wonder? I'll check it out. See how it feels. I'm not good enough to get way down like that so easy. Okay, here we go. How's that look? That's pretty good. It's a comfortable chair. I'm ready to go. Me a bit yet. So anyhow, that's okay. I'm happy with that. That's very comfortable. Okay, now to get back out of it. Just about as easy as getting in and out of that car. Anyway, put this one together and see how that works out. Going back together is pretty simple. Like there's just one screw on this side, and it's like it's got a wide spot on it so that it comes up solid and and doesn't get tight on here, whatever you call that. Stepped. It's a stepped screw. Dog is much help. This little thing here, which is the thing to make the seat release, goes on, and then these two bolts go in here, and that's all one unit there. This was seized up a little bit, so I got some oil on it, and it seems to be working okay now. But first, now I'll put on that holder there, if I can. Oops, there, that thing there. So the back bit there just snaps in, and then this pushes on. The other side, there was no friction left in it, so I put some cardboard backing in it to make it a little bit tight. This now this thing here gets a plastic thing over there, and then the rest of it goes on. Yeah, there it is. This thing here, like that plastic handle goes on it, and it should turn now. Yeah, it turns, and it makes the seat go back and forth. And this little thing is a pressure fit. You just put the plastic on there and then slide that pressure fit over it, and it goes on. And then that cover goes on here. You just use a plastic hammer to, well, there. That's how easy that one was. The other one I had to use a plastic hammer on it to bang it in there. And again, this thing here is supposed to get covered over, but in this iteration of the seat covers, it did not. But most of it otherwise looks all right, I think. This should turn so it goes back, right? That works all right. Okay, I think we have a working seat. Now I'll just put it on the floor and check and see how comfortable this one is, and let you know. I'll see if I can get you set up here. Some days. That one is the one I'm going to be testing. The other one's the driver's seat. This is the passenger seat. We'll just check it out. See how it feels. See if I can get into it. Down to it. Long way down here. Oh yeah, that feels pretty good. Bring the back up a little bit. Yep, there you go. Now if I were a passenger in this car, I'd be happy. I could read a book. Hey. Anyway, there we go. I think that kind of makes it for this video. Me and my pal here. Oh yeah, there you got seats to crawl on now. Me and my pal here will carry on working today a bit more. The next thing is, what am I doing next is wiring on the inside there, and then I'll clean up that inside of the car and put the dash in, and then the seats go back in. Now I'll clean the carpets first and all that before I do that, so that'll be next week, and that'll be likely a full week doing that, but I have some other stuff to do, and might not get that much done next week. We'll just see how it goes. So here we are. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, subscribe, and say hi to Buster. Okay, see you later. Stop. Yeah, here it is, October 26th already, and Buster and I heading for the beach as usual. But it's a nice day today. It's even warm. There's been a few cold days, not freezing cold, but cold, and blustery and windy and rainy and all that kind of stuff. But now it's a lovely day today. So we'll take the good ones when we can in the fall. And the beach is quiet, not even a wave, not a breath of wind, nothing. That's okay, because I'll just sit here and have a sit by the beach. And as usual, Buster is, a happy dog. What will I find to smell up myself today?